G'day all, it's Colin from PC TLC and thanks for joining me. In this video we're going to be looking at Archlabs. Now Archlabs is a command line install. I've installed Archlabs before, found it a very interesting distro. It's command line, so it means that we're going to be installing some things from the internet. And let's have a look at Archlabs. I've just downloaded another ISO. So I've decided to do, you'll probably see in this video that I've tried to install it and failed. It kept crashing on me. So I'm going to try this one again. I put it in the not suitable category at one point. So I think the original one I downloaded in here in not suitable, Archlabs 2020.05. is the one I downloaded. So I've just gone back and had a look. And if we have a look here, this is the 2020.11. So this one might work because I kept crashing at a certain point, and I think I'll show you that. So I'm hoping this one will be more successful than the previous. So we'll check that out. Let's have another look at that for a minute. Download size, 786 megabytes. So can we determine how much we are installing? But anyway, during the process, I will try and determine how much we're going to install or download to get this thing up and running. This is just purely out of curiosity. Just thought I'd throw another Arch-based distro in there and see how we go. So I remember I tried this one. I quite liked it. So let's check out Archlabs. So this is the home page of Archlabs Linux. Archlabs Linux is an Arch Linux-based distribution influenced and inspired by the look and feel of Bunsen Labs, with the intermediate to advanced user in mind. With the rolling release cycle of Arch Linux, the new packages will be available immediately, making upgrades a thing of the past. So the Archlabs ISO does not include a live environment. You are straight into a console. The installer is launched from there. So if you click on Get, got this big SF sign here for SourceForge, and that'll take you here. And you can see it's 786 megabytes. So if we have a look at my download, Archlabs, 688.9 saying here. So let's have a look at Archlabs. So let's start up Archlabs, and we type Archlabs-installer. Enter that. Select the font size from the list below. Default is 16. Let's go with that. Keep currently set font size, yes. This will help you get Archlabs installed and set up on your system. If you are unsure about a section, the default option will be listed, or the first selected item will be the default. Okay, US English. Process complete. So we go, that was partitioning done straight away. I didn't even select that one. Let's mount partitions. Swap file, let's create a swap file. Okay. So Packstrap guarantees the latest packages and avoids issues, but is slower and network dependent. Copy ISO is faster and not network dependent, but can result in installation issues. That's copy ISO. That's what we downloaded it for, I believe. Select bootloader. We'll go with grub. Username and password. Tap that. Okay. System configuration. We'll go with bash. Enter host name. Archlabs will do. Yeah, I didn't do anything there. I don't know what it's doing right now. It's really weird. I haven't set anything up there. Okay, so let's start up Archlabs. Archlabs install medium. Let's do that. Now there might be already a partition here because I've already done this one before, but I think we start from scratch anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. So to begin an installation, run installer. So they've changed that. I think it used to be Archlabs-install or something like that. It's nice little effects there as well. Select the font size. Default is 16, so let's go with default. Yep, keep that. So this script will help you get Archlabs installed and set up on your system. If you are unsure about an option, the default or most common option will be described. If it is not, the first selected entry will be the default. Okay, let's get going. Let's see. English AU. That's page down there. Page down, look for English. This is for the keyboard. Console key map. It's got to be US. US. And no, it's not a UK. Whoever mentioned that on one of my videos, previous videos, or a couple of videos ago, in Australia, it's apparently an ANSI keyboard, which is US. We cannot select a UK keyboard. It does not work. US. So storage management. I don't want to view the tree. Let's go to part. Modify the partition layout of a device. Choose carefully when editing, formatting and mounting partitions, or your data may be lost. So I've got no data on here, so I'm not fussed about that. Which is CG disk, I think is the one I normally use. So I've got one there already, SDA1, 512 megabytes. Let's just do that again. I got that same error that I did with something else. Non-GPT or damaged disk detected. Okay, let's... this program will attempt to convert to GPT form or repair damaged GPT data structures, but may not succeed. Use gdisk or another disk repair tool if you have a damaged GPT disk. Problems found on disk. Use the verify function to learn more. Use gdisk or some other program may be necessary to repair the problems. Okay. Well, I suppose I see the problem there is I've got a 512 megabyte. I need to check out whether I'm booting in UEFI. I don't think so. Machine settings, system. No, I'm not booting in EFI because I did say I wasn't going to do any of that in here. So let's delete this one here. Delete. So you got an arrow left and right. You can't go up and down. If you go up and down, you're selecting your disk like that. Left and right is to select these ones in the menu here. So delete that. And that's write it. Yes. Okay, so let's go new. So default. Let's make it 4 gigabyte. I think we can do that. L to show codes. Capital L probably. I want it to be a Linux swap. Linux swap 8200. Enter key 8200. Let's call that swap. Okay. So then we got this free space here. A new. We'll take the default and we'll take the default and Linux file system 8300. Take the default. That'll be root. enter, and let's write that out. Yes, and that's quit. So we've got SDA1. Maybe that was the problem last time, because it was sort of saying it was a GPT or something, which it shouldn't be. So now we've got SDA1 4 gig. Oh, that says it's a ext4. That shouldn't be, that's not right. Let's go back to CG disk. Type Linux swap 8200, enter. Yes. Let's quit that. I'll return to device management menu. Return to main menu. Mount partitions. File system 16 gigabyte. Yep, that's the one. ext4. Format, yes. Mount device SDA2 with default mount options, yes. Swap file is dev SDA1 4 gig, that's correct. Select which countries to use mirrors from, so we'll go, I think we pressed the space bar, is it? Yep. Australia, and OK. Confirm the following countries: Australia. Select bootloader, we'll use grub. Username and password. Do I need to tab that, do I? It's not enter, it's tab, okay. The name must not use capitals, okay, so it's password, tab that. And let's do a root password as well. Let's try root password on this one. And tab that to OK. System configuration. I just normally use bash in this situation. Host name, Archlabs VBox. And OK. Page down for English. Looking for English AU. English AU. Australia, Perth. Go with the Linux long-term support. That way it probably reduces updates. Select window managers or desktop environments. So this is where it could use a lot of download. So we need to pick what's the most user-friendly, probably XFCE. Or even LXQT. I'm more familiar with XFCE. That's probably a good choice between these i3 gaps and the open box. XFCE is probably just that little bit user friendly, so I think I might go with that. So let's hit the space bar and select XFCE and hit enter for OK. I think we'll use Light DM Display Manager is OK. Let's use that one. Now select additional packages. Let's have a look at that. Do we want to do that, or do we do that? I think we do that after install. So let's just do the install without selecting any packages. Enter a post-install command to run. Not interested in that. View installation configuration. Confirm choices and complete install. Let's do that. So I had no errors in Archlabs on this occasion. So there must have been something wrong with that previous ISO, or I did something wrong. Could have been me. Most of the time it's me. Now this here is where we don't know how much we're downloading. That's the problem. Oh, here we go. Total download size 280 something. I'm gonna have to check that out on the video and pause it, and we can I think it was 280 something. Okay, so that's install complete. You can make some changes here. I'm not going to bother. Finished, exit the installer and reboot. Let's do that. Archlabs. Let's log in to Archlabs. So we've got the Whisker menu out of the box. So they've set it up really nicely, made it look nice out of the box anyway. So that's good. Let's have a quick look at what we've got in here. So all applications, let's have a quick look. We've got mousepad, so we've got a text editor. Got a media player, parole media player. Image viewer. Web browser. And XFCE burn. So what's the web browser here? Please choose your... So there's no web browser actually in here. Okay, so it looks like we would have been over the limit anyway. We're probably up to a gig after installing that. And I don't think that would change too much if we used a lighter desktop than XFCE. Just have a quick look at the file manager, help and about, Thuna 1.8.16. So that was Archlabs, and I think I looked back on the video before doing the outro, and we had some downloads of the MKinit, the MKinit BusyBox IPU tools and kernel, which was 68 megabytes, and then you had the packages to download 282 megabytes, and then the ISO was 786, so you're up to about over 1100 megabytes, almost 1150. It's 1136 or roughly around there. So we're 200 and something megabytes over already. So I don't think it would have mattered whether we did select an even more lightweight window manager or desktop like OpenBox or i3 or whatever it was. I think it still looks like a bit of a struggle. So that I wanted to do a command line one to see whether we could get the info for it. So Archlabs was a very good one to do that. But nevertheless, yep, you're looking at over a gig, and that has put us way over the goal of 900 megabytes. Archlabs is definitely not a good option for this scenario, although if you have a look at the install, there's plenty of options with Archlabs, so it's a very good installer. They've even improved it since I've last used it, and it was more improved on the very first install that we did in this video. So the installer is quite good if you know how to use the formatting tools. I struggle with those a little bit myself. So not suitable for our lightweight distro challenge, unfortunately, Archlabs. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I do have another install video on Archlabs I did quite a while ago. I might link that in the description as well, just in case you want to watch it. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it interesting and informative, and thanks for watching.